It's better to be sorrowful than to laugh. It's better to hang out at a funeral as opposed to a festival. What's being said here? And I was reading in Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 2 and 3, a book in the Bible written by Solomon, who was the wealthiest, they say, individual to ever walk this earth. There wasn't anything that he didn't have, that he didn't try, that he didn't experience in his seeking happiness in life. And he really comes to the end understanding that happiness can only be found in his relationship with God and his relationship with others. The idea of futility, that when we try to seek things outside of that for true happiness, it does not satisfy. So that's a whole different thing. I don't want to talk about that necessarily, but what does that mean? What does that mean to, well, I'll just read it to you. It's better to spend time at funerals and festivals, for you are going to die, and you should think about it while there is still time. And then he says, sorrow is better than laughter, for sadness has a refining influence on us. So I think it's very interesting. We look at number 2, when you go to a funeral, you begin to put things in perspective, right? You begin to understand that you only have a limited amount of time on this earth. You begin to appreciate, understand the importance of the relationships that you have in your life, and you understand that you are going to die and you don't have forever, right? So make the most of the relationships and the abilities and things that God gives you while you are on this earth. So yes, when we are at a funeral, it does make us think. It does bring the perspective of life. So yes, I agree with that statement 100%, that it is better to spend a time at funeral because you appreciate, like I said, you begin to understand that time is limited. So it makes us think tremendously. And when he talks about sorrow is better than laughter, for sadness has a refining influence on us, I think this is very interesting too. In our most sorrowful times, right, when we're really sad, when we're really down, that's a tremendous time to learn. It's a tremendous time to grow. It's a tremendous time to really strengthen our relationship with God and to really get close and to cry out to him, to pray to him, to really for him to refine or shape or whatever needs to be done in our life, in our hearts. So yes, I think it really is. When we're laughing, we're having a really good time, that's great, but often we don't learn as much as we can learn, and that relationship with our Heavenly Father is not strengthened as much as it could or possibly should be. So it's very interesting, those 2 statements, and I really love them, and I really appreciate them tremendously. And it makes me think a little bit, and I'm not sure if this is going to help you, that we are going to have so many ups and downs. We are going to have so many challenges in our life, right? There's things that are going to happen. None of us are going to live forever. The people that we love are not going to live forever. There's going to be things that happen that do cause a lot of pain, that do cause a lot of sorrow, that do cause a lot of hurt in our life. And what I love about this is when we read something like this, if we can understand that it's okay, right? That this can be an amazing time through the hardship, through the pain, to really draw close to our relationship with God, to really draw close to the relationship that we have with others, and to lean on them as well, and to really strengthen and bond and tighten and seal those relationships that we have through the hard times, through the sorrow, through the pain. I think it's tremendous. And what it'll do, I feel, is when we go through that, yes, they're going to be hard, but if we realize that there's a refining that can go on, that there's a learning, that there's a growth, that there's a relationship that can be strengthened and developed through that, I think it will make that time much, I don't know if easier is the right word, but we can come out stronger afterwards. So think about that. Hopefully that helped, guys.